and we're super excited to get the call kicked off. Shez may have frozen. So, Shez, are you there? She may need to jump back on. What we want to talk to everyone about today is connecting with intention. We've just noticed on the last call there was some confusion around how to connect, what to say when we connect. And what we wanted to go through with you all is that before you do any type of connecting, particularly in a big push like the 20 enrollments in 30 days, is that before you reach out, that you have an intention set for that phone call, for that message, even if you're slide dialing. So before you even pick up the phone, before you even start to type that message, let's know what the intention for that is. Is it just to reconnect? Is it just to start a conversation? And if that's the case, then Isagenix should be out of your mind. And of course, if the conversation opens up and it goes there, then of course that we sort of offer a solution to that person's problem. But I think people get a little bit heavy and feel they get, I guess, confused. They get nervous around connecting when they don't know what they're going to say. So if the intention is to talk about Isagenix straight up, make sure you do that first. Pick up that phone and talk to them about Isagenix. Let them know that you feel you've got something that they will love. And then if they're not interested, then have a conversation like a normal human after that. If their intention is not to talk to them about Isagenix initially, then just start a conversation like a normal human being. So is anyone having some, I guess, nervousness around connecting? Just by a show of hands, are people feeling, yep, Cindy, Kathy, anyone else? Sam, Kim, Margaret, okay. Is that useful, knowing that before you reach out to someone that you're going to have an intention of what that's about? Yeah? Great. Can someone that's having some issues... Oh, Shez, are you there?
Yeah, hi, guys. I'm so sorry. How you doing, everyone? Good morning. Apologies. It's like working with kids and animals and internet. I'm adding internet to that list. So I know. Good morning, everyone. How you doing? So I love that, Cal. And I was just thinking, like Cal said, we never ever jump onto a call when we're calling a family, friend, or relative. We never jump onto a call with them without thinking, this is why I want to talk to them, or this is why I want to speak to that person. It's exactly the same when we're calling people with Isagenix. It's the intention. What is it? So I love that you shared that, Cal.
Do you want to add anything onto that, Shez?
No, beautiful. Let's keep going.
Awesome. So what I was just going to say is that if there's anyone out there that is struggling, do they want to unmute their line and go through maybe what it is that they're feeling quite heavy and nervous around?
I will.
Great. Who have we got there?
Jamie.
Jamie, awesome.
Hi.
Hi. Well, for me, I don't mind talking to people, but when you get up to a stranger and it's like, what do you say? It's like, hey, how's it going? And you don't know them, so you don't know where to lead the conversation. And then I feel like, at what point do you start leading into Isagenix? I feel like that's kind of awkward when you first meet somebody, and then it's like, hey, I've got this great product, but how do you lead into that? And without feeling like you're a little awkward or weird or diarrhea of the mouth, if you will.
Yeah.
Great question.
Great question.
For me, I think I wouldn't be walking up to a stranger and talking to them about Isagenix anyway. So for me, they would be bouncing off something from me, something like, you have great energy, or you've got a really great smile. What kind of relationship do you have with that person? And if it is a stranger, your intention would be just to make a connection. And Isogenics just follows on later on down the track when you have got a rapport and a relationship. People will only want to be a part of something if they know, like, and trust you. So if you don't know, like, and trust them, it probably won't happen. So your intention would be just to make a great connection if there's something about that person that sparks your interest. So if you see this person, or you see a person in the street that's giving great customer service or waiting on you at a table, and they're just such a great people person, and you think that's someone I want in my team, then it's your job to then make that connection with that person and just build up a relationship. Does that help?
It does. Well, can I add something to that as well?
Sure.
Okay, so let's say you have friends that you went to high school with that you haven't connected with in a while. And you go, hey, you know, see your kids on Facebook. They're beautiful. You know, how's life been treating you? And I mean, at what point, I guess I'm struggling with it. What point do you lead into Isogenics? I mean, I don't want to, it's like, well, if they ask.
Oh, we've lost her.
What is it? I guess what's the verbiage?
Yeah.
Just, and you know, with Isogenics, do you say you partner along with somebody? I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of not even what to say right now, but I want to do this so badly. I just want to connect with people, but I just don't know how to go about doing it without sounding silly.
Yeah, and look, Jamie, I think there's probably a lot of people that are in your situation, and you know, initially, just leading on from what Shez said about talking to strangers, make sure you have the opportunity to reconnect with them. So grab a mobile number, connect with them on Facebook before you leave them, and continue to build that relationship. So totally agree with what Shez said. I never go in for how am I going to get Isogenics into the conversation with the stranger, because I'd feel weird and they probably would think I was weird. So for a reconnection, it's really, where does that conversation go? If we're having enough conversations and connecting with enough people, we shouldn't have the feeling that we need to get Isogenics into the conversation. Because sometimes when we're talking to a very limited number of people, we think, gosh, this is our list. You know, we've got 5 people on the go. We need to get Isogenics in the conversation. If we're talking to or reaching out to 300, or if we're talking to 50, then the conversation's just going to happen. Exactly what you said. How are your children? I love seeing their pictures on Facebook. How's work? Back and forth conversation like a normal person. And then if there is, you know, you're picking up on that there is a hardship or a challenge that they've got that you know Isogenics can be an answer to, then that might be down the track follow-up. Hey, you know, I can't get out of my head that you're really struggling with your work. I might have something that could be a solution. Would you be interested in having a look? Really light. And it doesn't have to happen immediately. It's just all about building that connection. So I think it's lots of connections. And then when, you know, if you feel that Isogenics is a solution to one of their challenges, that's where you can introduce it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is that helpful?
It is. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Beautiful. And the other thing too is sometimes it's okay just to, if you're asking all these great questions to that person, eventually they're going to ask you a question back. And the best answer in the world is for you to say is, have you heard of Isogenics? And if they have, great, you've got an opening. And if they haven't, great, you've got an opening, because you can tell them all about it. So sometimes we think, well, how do I say the word Isogenics? Just say it. Just say, have you heard of Isogenics? I can tell in your voice that you love Isogenics and that you're fired up and you cannot wait to share it with the world. So that obviously means you're proud of it. So if you're standing 10 foot tall and bulletproof, absolutely they will love wanting to know about what's going on in your world because you've asked them about theirs.
Great. Thank you.
Cool.
Does anyone else want to ask a question? Feel free to unmute yourself.
I think Kathy Horn, are you there, hon? Did you want to ask a question?
Can you hear me?
Yep. For me, I've been in for a long time, and one of the things I've been challenged to do was to go through I have saved every order form that anybody that I've ever taken in the last 10 years to call them back up, that it's a great stack of leads. And yeah, I'll make 10 calls in one day, but I always pick the 10 that I know are not going to be there or will not pick up their phone, because I don't know. I don't know what I feel like is holding me back, or I feel stuck. So if you have any advice, I'm open.
Shez, did you want to jump in there?
I was just thinking about that. I think if we're really honest, I think we've all done that at a point, and that's okay. And that's all just part of the learning and the growing. And you kind of, you get on 10 calls and you hear people and you hear coaches and you hear mentors always say that, you know, it always felt weird at the start. And even when I'd been in for a while and just, I used to, you know, look at my success and look at other people's successes and think, you know, why am I not there yet? Or why am I not getting it? And then all of a sudden, one day, it just comes out of your mouth. And I used to hear coaches and mentors say this. It just comes out of your mouth so naturally, you can't even believe where it came from. And you'll think, oh, yeah, I can't wait for that moment. And then all of a sudden, it just does. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself, you're coaching people and you're telling people the exact same thing that we're telling you now. It's really just about, like Kel said at the beginning, when you call that person, what is your intention? And is your intention that you want them to be a part of your business? You know that their life would be better with Isagenix in it. And it doesn't come from a place of you wanting to get another person. It's that you're wanting to better another life. And I think when you come from that space, it just seems to happen so much more easily. And it just, all of that again comes from your own love and strength and passion to fire back through it. Cal, do you want to add?
Yeah, I was just going to suggest, you know, how much connection have you had with these people in the last 12 months?
Of them, well, none, basically. I mean, some people are 10 years old since they've done Isagenix. You know what I mean? Like I've been in for 10 years. Mm-hmm. So I have all these accounts. So it's, you know, and I did pick up on a call. I don't remember if I think it was Trisha's video that said, when you leave a message to say, hey, I don't know if you have a chance to call me back right now, you know, and I called right before the weekend. So I said, I don't know if you have a chance to call me this weekend. If not, I'll reach out to you next week. So I did feel comfortable. I'm kind of a script girl. You know, I used to do leads years back, and boy, when I have a script, I don't even know I'm doing it. So I guess, and one script's not going to be the same for everybody, especially cold leads. That was easy to do. And I've enrolled 300 people in the last 10 years, but I don't know what my block is. Like, maybe I just need to change my intention. I don't know. I don't work good under stress, and I feel like I'm stressing it, and I don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe just look at these again as just reconnections, just having, you know, opening up, hey, it's been such a long time. You know, and just that be your intention for all of those big pile, that's like an incredible amount of leads. Just set the intention that it is just to reconnect and see what they've been doing and where they are and what's been happening in their lives, and just open, you know, because they're bound to ask you, do you still do Isagenix? If it's just an open conversation, it's going to come back to, are you still in Isagenix? And that's an opening. So I would just look at it as a reconnection.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing that
intention just to connect.
Yeah. The other thing that Cal and I have done is found ourselves an accountability partner, and we've used each other, and we've literally gone through our own trees, and every single person that has become inactive or hasn't renewed a position, we've each called each other's people and said that we're having a chat, we're conducting a business audit, we're going through our pages, and we knew that you'd enrolled, and we just wanted to know, we asked the question, why did you stop? and for some people it would be like, actually, do you know what? I've actually been thinking of getting back on. I would love to start again.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, so sometimes it takes the pressure off. So you and I partner up, and I call that epic pile of people that are inactive and say, hey, I'm just calling on behalf of Kathy, and we were just going through it. We're doing a business audit on each other's pages, and I'm just checking in. And I noticed that 2 years ago you were enrolled and you had a great product experience. I'm just wondering now, why did you stop? And sometimes it's easier coming from somebody else. Even better and you're over there doing it for me with my inactives. And it's amazing how many people might just want to get re-fired up again, might say, hey, I'm actually not even on the Facebook page anymore. I didn't know there was a Facebook page. People can get lost. And there's so many new products I'd love to introduce you to. So lots of different things like that was really successful. Kel and I had a list of names, and it's amazing how many people got fired up, and it took the pressure off me calling my inactive saying, why did you leave me? Because it wasn't even about that.
Right,
it was just that they needed something to get them fired up again.
I really like that. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And also it actually gives you great feedback on maybe some of the gaps that you had when you initially started around coaching and supporting your team, because I know that came up for us. I mean, we did things like a little crazy when we first started. So, what we realized was we weren't duplicating, and we needed to make things a lot more simple, and we've done that. So, there was not one person we rang that was nasty or, were hurtful. It was all great, and the ones that gave us feedback were the ones that we learnt the most from, and it was stuff we knew already. But so it does help with your own coaching moving forward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Great.
So Shezzy, do you want to get to our little activity?
Yes. So we know it's a little after 2 for you guys in the afternoon, and it's a little after 7 for the Aussies. So this is something that we love to do in our team, and we encourage everyone just to have a go. So I want everybody to grab out your phones, cell phones, mobile phones, and hold them up to the screen, and let us have a look. Nice. Got them? Okay. What we are going to ask you to do is someone on your list that you have their contact number, someone that you haven't had the opportunity to connect with, or you're not quite sure how, and obviously someone that lives near you. I want you just to send them all a really quick text message. Hey, it's Shez. Just wondering if you have time for coffee next week. I would love to catch up with you. That's all I want you guys to say. If you don't have your phone, you could even Facebook message them, because I know you're on your computers, right? And then we just want to see who gets some responses. We want you guys to blow up the page. You have made a connection. You've made a contact. Somebody is going for a coffee date, and I know that person will end up enrolled in your business because you've reached out. You wanted to make a one-on-one, face-to-face connection. It's that simple.
And I would suggest if you've done one, you could probably do 2.
And the overachievers in the group, we know you're in there. Go for 5. Go for 5.
Trisha's just sent a text group message to a whole phone.
Trisha's like, who wants to go for dinner? I'm booking out a restaurant.
I hope you're all thinking, who gets the honor of going to lunch with me this week? Because you're amazing, right? And they're lucky to have you as a friend.
So now, and then we want you guys to post in the page and let us know who's going for coffee, who's going for dinner, who's meeting up with someone that's not yet in their business, but we know that by the end of the 30 days, they absolutely will be, because you guys are superstars.
Lisa Schultz, she's going to meet with an inactive tomorrow. Already got the response.
Woo! Good job.
Oh, Debbie's meeting someone for lunch tomorrow.
Yes.
Sandra's on. Text is delivered. Great job.
Well done. Dinner. Woo!
Gosh, we got wow. Some action.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys.
So we've got some time left. Who would like? Is there anyone that would like to ask a question? We're happy to do some Q&A. Yeah, Carolee, is it? Yeah, unmute yourself. Go for it.
Hi, I have a quick question. So I have an associate who she works a lot of hours, and so she doesn't have a lot of time to prospect. She works at a call center. And so she started a blog recently, and she only has a couple posts, but already, and she linked to her Isagenix website, and she's had like 13 orders, which is awesome, in like 2 weeks. And they're retail sales though, and so she really does not have time to follow up, and she gave me the go-ahead to follow up with these people in an email or a phone call. Can you help me come up with like an idea of what to say to them to try to convert them to associates instead of retail customers?
So can I get we don't do a lot of retail here in Australia. We're limited. So if you could just help me get clear on, if they buy retail, you can contact them and then transfer them to an associate. That's quite an easy thing.
Yeah, you think? Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
I just want to come up with like because there's quite a few people, and I would just want to come up with like maybe one standard email I can send out to them that says there's a whole, health group I would love to add you to support you. You obviously, I don't know, like she's, like her name is Nikki. I could say, hey, it looks like you ordered with Nikki. I'm so excited for you. I help coach her. Would you be open to being added to a health page or something like that? But I want to come up with something that also tells them there's a business that they could actually get these products free or make an income. I'm not really sure.
I would say that first point of call was perfect. Introducing who you are, that you're Nikki's coach, that there's a great support page they could be in. If they were open to that, would they find that useful? And ideally just ensure that they get a really fantastic product experience first.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I mean, I don't know, do you only have email address for them? You don't, what contact details do you have?
I actually have phone numbers and emails.
So I would probably be reaching out via call. Let them hear your voice, and that's always a better connection. Whether you want to try, if you want to do a slide dial first, then fine. Otherwise, I would just pick up the phone and say exactly what you just said.
Okay.
And know the name of the Facebook group that you could put them in, and you can invite them via their email address if you're not friends with them on Facebook. But they may want to connect with you on Facebook. So there's lots of opportunities to do that, and I would just support them and get them a really fabulous product experience. And then as a follow-up, you can go back to them and let them know that they can get a rebate on their product or get their products paid for, or however you word that over there. Shez, do you want to add anything to that?
Just that I'm just watching the thread. There's some beautiful feedback in the thread too from obviously people that totally get this. So please watch the recording and have a little look, because the feedback has been incredible. And I just I have noticed a couple of people have said that, in just backing on with the coffee date, that they're not in an area where they know anybody that they can communicate with. So I will post a little video up into the group about what you guys can do about that. So you haven't been forgotten, guys. Thank you for your comments.
So Carolee, they're just saying, simply, how would you like to get wholesale pricing? So that's a fantastic question. I would really, for me, what I would do initially is just to reach out. I have some people in my team that are, 3 and 4 levels deep that don't have anyone active really above them. So I've literally just been reaching out and letting them know who I am, and that should they need anything, they can contact me. So
That's super helpful. I just felt like I needed to get it all in one, but this makes it much easier.
I know we'd all like to just go, yeah,
I know.
go home, hit the home run straight up, but
Yeah.
it's a process about just, having lots of connections, and those people are already buying the product. So that's an easy one. Just ensure they have a really great product experience.
Okay.
The most important thing is that they are, like Kel said, having that great product experience. Clearly, by your connection, they know they're supported, which they may not have even been aware of how great the support is. And then, like we said, just plug them into the community, and the rest will come in. That'll be part of your check-ins, just like you would one of your personally enrolleds.
Thank you so much. This is really helpful.
Yay!
Anyone else? Just unmute if you have a question.
I'm loving seeing all the people that are reaching out, making dates. This is awesome. It's that easy.
Margaret, did you have a question, hun? I'm going to unmute you, babe. Did you have a question, Margaret?
No, I just had a comment for Carolee, and I ended up just typing it. I'm stuck on my phone without my computer, so I'm trying to do double duty.
Awesome. Okay.
I reached out to somebody this morning. I just moving to Tennessee. I went to the driver's license service station thing for that this morning, and the woman behind the counter was like complaining because it was Monday and who'd let everybody out, and she didn't think she was going to make it to lunchtime. So I passed her a card and said, "Call me after work." And then I was standing in line at the county clerk's office waiting to get the motor vehicle registration. And I didn't even mention Isagenix. I just made a friend in line. So she's a senior teller at one of the places. So we'll see how that goes.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Can I just share one thought, girls?
Sure.
And this is just piggybacking off of what Daryl said last week and what Kel said at the very beginning of the call. Daryl talked so much about getting in state, and then Kel's talked about you're setting your intention. And I just want to simply say, first and foremost, one of the most important things you can do is recognize that you have something to offer. And I feel like maybe some of you are scared to call because you don't know what you have to offer. Like, you've yet to figure out how incredible you are and what a gift you are. And that the greatest thing you're giving these people is not Isagenix, but it's actually you, right? With Isagenix attached to it, right? And so I would spend some time working on that and thinking about that. What gifts do you have? What skills do you have? What are your passions? What are the things that you love doing? Really figure that out and then get into state. That will help you get into state. And then when you set your intention of why you're calling, now you know that you have something to give them. And they're going to be blessed because you called or reached out to them.
Love it. Wow, we've just had, is it Kenya?
Yes.
10, yes, lunch, dinner, or Zoom. 10. In about 7 minutes.
That's so good. Awesome.
That's fantastic.
I haven't had any yet.
Here it comes. Comparison is the thief of joy, Trisha.
Barbara's just posted, just think, start your morning with 5 texts.
There you go. I'm so proud of this group. Everyone, pat yourselves on the back. That's awesome.
That is fantastic. So does anyone have any more questions, comments, feedback that they would like to share? Yes. Jana, just unmute yourself.
Hey, you guys.
Hi.
First, thank you so much for allowing me in this group. I'm super excited, and I've had so much personal growth already in just the prep week and this past weekend where I was sick to my stomach trying to think of how I'm going to reach out to all these people. I just wanted to elaborate on what Trish just said. One of the things that I realized on Sunday is, and it has to do with my gift, right? Like, I'm just a big old ball of energy, and I'm like the biggest positive thing. And sometimes it gets on people's nerves, but I can't help it. It's who I am. If they don't like it, whatever. But we all have a gift. And my daughter's 25, and I told her from the time she was growing up, but I never told myself this, I told her, when you discover your gift and you share it with the world is going to be a better place. And she's an artist, and she's struggled as an artist because she has that artist mindset where there's some sadness and deep emotions, right?
Yes.
When she decides to share her gift of art with the world's going to be a better place. But I never really fully believed it myself, you know? I just poured it into her, but never me. And so when Trish was talking about we have this gift, you know, this gift is us, it's ourself. That's exactly what I made a post that said, who can I bless today, right? Tracy O'Malley and all these people say, who can I bless today? It's not who can I bless today with Isagenix. It's who can I bless today with my gift? Like, who needs my positive energy right now? And if I don't give it to them, then I am literally denying them the ability to receive that positive energy. If my daughter doesn't paint her pictures or write her songs, then she's denying the world to receive that beautiful song or picture. So every single one of us has an amazing gift. Whatever that is, you have to share it. It was given to you. And if you don't, then you're going to deny somebody the ability to receive what you have to offer. And that is you and yourself. So I had to get that off my chest. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for having me in this group.
Oh, thank you. The chat's blown up. Everyone's loving your energy. So thank you for sharing. That's so beautiful.
Thank you. Mwah.
Back at you. Now, I think, is it Kenya? I'm so sorry. I'm hoping I'm getting these names right. Has something to share. So just unmute. Kenya.
I'm smart, but I just struggle with this whole mute thing. I just wanted to say, I think it was Kathy Horn. Is that her name? That
Yes.
was talking about her stack of paper.
Yes.
Well, Trisha reminded me that I knew people because I was like, I don't know anybody. But I pulled out my customers that I actually had going all the way back from 2006 from a previous adventure. And I called them, and I had to make sure that the reason why I called them first is because they believed in me at one point to give it a try. And now it's my turn to believe in them to give them a try. So I just kept it at that. I literally kept it at that. And I didn't call and say, why are you not doing this? Or why won't you do this? I actually called and said, what are you doing, girl? How's life treating you? And they all said the following things. I'm tired. I work too much. I don't have no time. I had another baby. I'm trying to move. We have something that addresses all of those issues. It's not as hard as you think if you stop thinking.
I love that. That's awesome.
I'm typing that into chat.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to talk in chat. This is a growth in process. The other thing I wanted to say was today, well, I talked to Andrea. I don't know if she's on here, but she's absolutely amazing. She told me to have a schedule and schedule everything. And then Trisha told us to make everything non-negotiable when it comes to your goal right now. Yes. So I have my grandchildren for 6 weeks. So since we started, well, probably before we started, I get up every morning and I make them a part of my connecting. I didn't know anything about a play place or a jump house or Jack, whatever that place is I took them to, but I have 7 leads from just doing that. Your son is so cute. How many do you have? And then they tell you, and the next thing you say, but it's so exhausting. Or I'll say, it is really hard having kids. Someone should have told me about this. That right there is answering something that they might already desire, but are afraid to admit first. Don't be afraid to admit your stuff first, because that opens the door for them to be more open with you. And I just connected with a total stranger in Chick-fil-A because her baby was cute. She was breastfeeding. And I just was like, oh, how old is your baby? And guess what I had on the table? My Isagenix folder. And she said, is that big building on Gilbert Road? And I said, girl, let me tell you about it. Just be yourself. People will like that way more than if you try to be anybody other than who you are. Just be who you are. And for that, you'll change everyone around you, I promise.
Absolutely. Love
Beautiful.
it.
Beautiful.
Chat has blown up. It is, people have got lots out of that. It's so hard having kids. Someone should have told me about that. I'm going to use that one. I love it.
Oh, beautiful. Well,
So what we would love for everyone to do is to continue to post up their results in the Facebook group about how many coffee dates, lunch dates, dinner dates, movie dates, whatever it is that you've managed to get through just sending that simple text message. We'd love to hear your results in the page.
And I'm going to go one further, and like we've said, we know we've got a few overachievers, a few strivers in the group, and we love that. Be brave enough to post it on your own private Facebook page and just be like, my social calendar is so full. I cannot believe I've got 5 coffee dates with great friends this week. And if somebody doesn't ask you what's that about, I don't know what's going on. So that's just if you're brave enough to put it on your own private page, let's see what other people show up that are just sitting back watching thinking, I would like that social life. I would like 5 coffee dates. Let us know how you go.
We've got a picnic date and a paddleboard family night planned. Wow. This group's next level. Turning it up a notch. Would anyone else that would like to ask a question or give feedback, just please unmute yourself. We can probably take one more question and then we need to run to get kids ready for school.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to say something that works for me is we were on vacation when this started, so I didn't want to be behind. And so I still made my connections, but while we were out and about, if we walked into a store and someone gave great customer service, I just sat and had a conversation with them. A lot of people don't talk to the salespeople and treat them like a person. So just have a conversation, compliment them. I got 4 or 5 different people's information just by simply doing that and asking them, are you happy? Do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? Is this something you enjoy? Very few of them want to be in that industry for the rest of their life. So I just connect with them on that kind of level, and I've gotten several people added to my page just by talking to someone and treating them like they're a person, like they are. Very few people just take that time to ask them how they're doing. Like they walk in, they greet you, turn around, greet them back, and ask them, hey, you've got great customer service. I would, do you plan on being here forever? What do you want to do with your life? And they're just open. You're surprised what they'll tell you. And I mean, I literally have just made so many connections that way all over town, anywhere I go. But it was fun on vacation because you'll never see them again. If they think you're crazy, they're not going to know who you are.
I love that. That's beautiful. And so often people don't take time just when they're out and about just to connect. And, as humans, we're so much in a hurry these days. So I love that. 7 people just from having a conversation. So thank you for sharing, Nicole. That's beautiful.
You're welcome. So many people on my team say, I don't know anybody. I don't know where to meet people. There's millions of people in this world. Just go out and talk to someone. Grocery line, Starbucks, just talk to people. People want human connection. Every single person wants to be accepted, and they want people to connect with. Everyone. We all think, they don't want to talk to me, but you'd be surprised how many people are lonely.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Now, I believe someone's on a phone that may have a question. Just unmute yourself.
Well, they were asking Shares to repeat what she said about the post on Facebook about the social life. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So I would just be saying, I'm loving that in the next 5 days, I have 6 catch-ups with sensational friends. Looking forward to the rest of this week or something like that, because you're wanting to create some intrigue. You're also shouting out to the people that you're going to be seeing, but you also, I'm loving my social life can be the heading of your post with a picture of a cup of coffee.
I'm just popping some in chat.
Cool. I'm just being really mindful of time too.
Yep.
Yes.
There we go. All right.
Woo!
All right, ladies, I'll let you guys close up here.
Okay, so as we said, let's blow up our private Facebook and let's blow up Facebook altogether with posting about how busy our social calendars are, how excited we are to be having coffee, lunch, dinner, paddleboard dates, whatever it is for you guys. And let's get behind each other. Let's really boost the energy in the page in these coming days. And let's all post our progress, post our challenges, post our wins, our successes, and let's really get the energy up in our page. And oh, we got a question there?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was someone just getting fired up, like, woo, this is going to be great.
And just remember, let's connect with intention. Let's just be human beings and make friends and start conversations. And the more we start, the more connections we have, the less likely we have that need to get Isagenix into the conversation. So, Shez,
We love you guys. We love you guys so much. So taking away from the call and just maybe grabbing yourselves an accountability partner to do that business audit through your people that, you know, you might want to get fired up again. So remembering to do that as well. Remember, hot, sweaty mess. Just keep loading it on, guys. You can do this.
And remember that if you're feeling nervous, so is your entire team, because whatever you're thinking, they're probably feeling too. So take what you learned from this call and turn it into your business groups, your pages, whatever. Teach your teams what you're learning.
Yes, definitely share with everyone in your network and in your Isagenix teams. This is, you know, we all have something to give, so let's make sure we share what we learn with everyone. And on that note, guys, we're going to head off. So have a fabulous afternoon where you guys are and morning where we are in the Aussie land. So see you all soon.
See you soon, guys. Lots of love.
Bye, everybody.